Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thank you so much for listening. Today, North Korea may call the whole thing off. The Pennsylvania primaries and the NBA draft order. Plus, Instagram gives you insights, a new version of the blue or gold dress debate, and the first day of Ramadan. All that and much more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Wednesday, May 16th. You ready? Let's do this. The meeting between North Korea and the U.S. finally had a time and place, but now North Korea is threatening to call it all off. Kim Jong-un is not happy about a joint Air Force drill put on by the U.S. and South Korea. In fact, he did call off, or at least postpone, a high-level meeting with South Korea that was scheduled for today. North Korea officials say they consider the drills rehearsals for an invasion of the North. The AP reports North Korea officials also said the U.S. has to stop calling for what it calls a one-sided demand for North Korea to give up its nukes. The White House says it hasn't received any sort of formal threat that North Korea may back out, so it's business as usual planning for the scheduled meeting. President Trump and Kim Jong-un are supposed to meet in Singapore on June 12th. If it does happen, it'll be the first time the sitting U.S. president and the North Korea leader meet in person. President Trump is getting more pushback about his new support for Chinese telecom company ZTE. Some are saying he was basically bribed. Remember, President Trump has been tough on China in the past and promised to bring jobs back to America. A recent ban on some U.S. products going to China led to the Chinese company ZTE stopping all of its business operations. Then, the change of heart. President Trump tweeted he wanted to help the company so jobs weren't lost in China and that it's all part of a larger trade deal. Well, now reports say that change of heart happened just a few days after the Chinese government reportedly helped pay a bunch of money to a theme park and resort that can license the Trump name. In other words, Trump could potentially make a bunch of money from it. A former White House ethics lawyer says it looks like a violation, that the president can't use policy to better his own bottom line. But President Trump has said the deal is all part of a larger trade negotiation with China. 4 states had their primary elections last night. Voters went to the polls in Idaho, Nebraska, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. Many people are keeping an extra close eye on the races in Pennsylvania because there are newly drawn voting districts there that are at least more favorable to Democrats than they were before. So if Democrats hope to take control of the House in November, they want things in Pennsylvania to go their way. That's also the state where a record number of women ran for House seats and several won the primaries. For other states, don't forget to check out those deadlines to register to vote so you too can have your say. I will be posting a link to last night's results and a calendar for all the states' primaries in today's show notes at thenewsworthy.com. Things are intensifying in Hawaii. The Kilauea volcano is releasing more lava and high levels of toxic gas through large vents in the ground. There's about 20 of them now. And now there's a big ash cloud in the sky. The volcano warning went to a red alert. Reports say that means a bigger eruption could happen at any time, and planes are told to stay far away. CBS News reports there are also new concerns that some of the main highways in the area will be blocked, which means evacuations could get a bit more tricky if they're needed. And by the way, we'll be chatting more about this in tomorrow's 3 Question Thursday interview. All right, other things people may be talking about today. The NBA draft order is set. The math worked out for the Phoenix Suns. That team will get the number 1 overall pick. But after that, it was a bit of a surprise. Unlike the NFL draft, where the worst teams of the season get to pick new players first, the NBA uses a lottery system. The worst teams of the season do get some better odds, but it doesn't always work out in their favor. ESPN says the Sacramento Kings and Atlanta Hawks moved up to the number 2 and 3 spots. The NBA draft will be on Thursday, June 21st. If you watch TV on Roku, you may have noticed a few problems recently. Variety reports some sort of outage caused a bunch of people to report an FBI warning on their screen instead of apps that they want to watch, like Netflix and YouTube. So if you're still stuck, Roku support is saying to check for a system update, and they're saying sorry about that. Twitter is trying to mute its trolls. You know, the people online who harass other people just 'cause? Well, there's a new strategy. Twitter says it would use behavioral signals to ID the harassers and basically bury them so not as many people see the tweets. Reuters reports you can already block or report specific users whenever you want, but now Twitter will be looking on its own for those bad accounts. How much time do you spend on Instagram? Well, Instagram itself may tell you soon. TechCrunch reports Instagram is building a feature it calls Usage Insights to tell you time spent on the app. What exactly will that mean? Well, it's not clear if it'll tell you the time for that session, that day, that week, or month, or more. Instagram CEO confirmed the tool is on its way. It's jumping on the bandwagon to have more meaningful time online. Last week, Google showed off new time tracking tools for its Android operating system. It shows things like how many times you've unlocked your phone, how long you've spent on certain apps, and a better do not disturb mode. There's another one of those big debates online that you may hear people talk about today. And yes, it's like that is the dress blue or gold type debate. This time, it's about an audio clip and whether you hear the voice say the word Laurel or Yanny. Different people say they hear different things, and there are strong opinions about this. Mashable says it's not really clear why people are hearing different words on the same clip, but there are definitely theories. Some say it's all about the speakers you're listening on, that on a desktop computer, it sounds like the word Laurel. On your phone, it sounds like Yanny. I did personally test this theory out, and I agree. Yes, the link to listen for yourself will be in today's show notes at thenewsworthy.com. Today is the first day of Ramadan for more than 1 billion Muslims around the world. Muslims observe Ramadan as a way to commemorate the time they say God revealed the first chapters of the Quran, their holy text. Ramadan lasts for a month. Muslims that observe it will fast during daylight hours between sunrise to sunset. It's also a time for special prayer services, acts of charity, and spending time with loved ones. And that's it for today. Thanks again for listening. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. And if you get value out of this, I would so appreciate it if you share it on social media and let your friends know that they should listen too. If you want to read more about any of the stories mentioned today, I list all the links to all the articles I referenced in today's show notes. Just go to thenewsworthy.com, click episodes, and then you'll find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you every weekday by 4 a.m. Eastern Time. So we will chat again tomorrow. Have a great day.